What's the story, Morning Glory? What's the word, Hummingbird? Thank you so much for clicking on my channel and for joining me for this review of 90 Day Fiance Season 9, Episode 8, Bini and Ari. So, the Bini and Ari review. Okay, so this was hilarious and sad at the same time. So, Bini and Ari are on their way to the gym. So, there's very specific gyms, I'm assuming, that people will go to if they want to train to be, what does he want to do? Is it MMA? Mixed martial arts or something like that. So he has to be approved or he has to qualify to get training at this particular gym. So he got approved, and so they're on their way for his first session, I think. I'm not really sure. Ari says that she really wants to support him, in him pursuing his dreams, etc. So she drops him off at the gym. She goes to the park with the baby. She got a job, y'all. Ari got a job. She is doing her thing. She got a job. I don't know exactly what she does. She does something remotely where she can work from home or work from anywhere. And so while she's playing with her baby at the park, she's also busy at work as well. So that ended up working really well because, daycare would have been, no, they don't even have to worry about daycare because Bini would have been home. But either way, she got a job. So congratulations to you, Ari. Ari complains that Benny is off, pursuing his dreams while she is, taking care of business. She's working, she's taking care of the baby. And I'm thinking to myself, why are you complaining, Ari? What else is he supposed to do? This is to help him make money at some point in the future when he's able to start earning money. Do you want him just to sit at home playing video games? Like, what do you want him to do? Why are you complaining that he's pursuing his dream while you have to take care of business? He cannot work. He legally cannot work. So stop complaining, Ari. So when Ari comes to pick up Benny, she sees that he's training with a woman. He has his coach, but he's like physically training with a female, and she completely loses her mind. She passes off the baby to somebody. I don't know who, somebody behind some wall somewhere. Could have been the janitor for all we know. She approaches them. She is heated. She confronts the girl, and she's like, what is your name? Who are you? She tells Benny, you didn't tell me that you were going to be training with a female. How come you didn't tell me that you're going to be training with a female? The female and the coach and Benny, they're all like looking at her like she's absolutely nuts. And she did come across as like some kind of a nutso. Like, I was just like, Ari, what's going on? Your insecurity is completely showing. So the girl is like, hey, this is what we do. Sometimes you're going to train with guys. Sometimes you're going to train with girls. This is what it is. And I'm like, Ari, you need to really calm down because this girl is a professional fighter. Okay. She can absolutely knock you into the next century if you don't cool it. Then she tries to bring the coach into this, and she's asking the coach, she asked him something like, what would you do if this was you or something like that? And the coach was like, hey, my name is Bennett and I ain't in it. He didn't want to get involved with this at all. So when it's finally just her and Benny, she's really upset, and she's like, you didn't tell me that you're going to be training with a female. And Benny says, I did tell you, but I did tell you. And Ari's like, no, you did not tell me that. I don't think that Benny would have told Ari that he would be training with females as well as guys, because how would that even come up? When they're just talking about him going to the gym to train to be a mixed martial artist or whatever he is, MMA. How would that come up that he would be training with females as well? How would that even come up? I don't see that coming up. I don't see Benny volunteering that information. And I don't see Ari asking him, are you going to be training with women as well? Because it wouldn't even cross her mind that men and women would train together, because it wouldn't have crossed my mind that, men and women would be training together. So they're arguing about that. And she is just like on 10. She's not letting him talk. She's over talking him. He's trying to explain himself. She's not letting him explain himself. And he's like, look, let me explain myself. Let me explain myself. And then she says, you see, you don't even want to listen. You just want to talk. You don't even want to hear what I have to say. You're just ready to say whatever you have to say. Well, all right, that's how a conversation works. You say what you have to say. He listens. Then he says what he has to say. And then you have to listen to him as well. And then at some point, she got upset. She got so upset that she wanted to walk away from the interview because, they were doing their thing in front of the camera. So he grabs her arm to pull her back. And I was like, Benny, no. Absolutely not. This is not the climate, the culture, or the timing for that kind of act, for that kind of an action. You don't do that, Benny. If you don't know, you will soon learn. You'll learn very, very quickly. We keep our hands to ourselves. You don't grab your wife's arm or your fiance's arm or anybody's arm and try to pull them back. Absolutely not. That's going to get you're going to catch a case so fast. Your head's going to be spinning. So, I felt like he was making a good point in a way that, this was strictly professional. They're just training. You train with whoever is available to train with you. You can't pick and choose. Now, does Ari is Ari justified in how she feels? First of all, Ari is very insecure about her relationship. She talked about it in the last episode that she's not even sure if Benny loves her or if Benny loves her in the same way that she loves him. So she's extremely insecure. They just got over whatever issues were going on in Ethiopia, where she was accusing him of being with other women when she was in the United States. So she's got to deal with all of that, even though he completely denied it. And I can see how with her, maybe she's thinking, they're in this physical contact with each other, Benny and his female partner, sparring partner, whatever you want to call it, that, bodies are intertwined and all of this, and one thing can lead to another. Things can possibly happen. I can see where she's coming from with that. I can totally see it. So in a way, I feel like they both have a point. Benny says it's a strictly Benny is really focused on his career and his dream of becoming a mixed martial artist. He's very into that. So I don't think that he would let anything derail that, or I don't think he would let any kind of funny business get in the way of that. But I can see also how one thing can kind of lead to another. You know what I mean? Especially when you're not, he's having major issues with Ari. And if this girl, they have a lot in common, that might be the gateway to something else. Their passion for MMA might lead to passions into something. Who knows? I don't know. And I don't know what Benny can do. I don't I don't know if he should necessarily like tell his trainer or his coach, hey, don't partner me up with another female because I don't want to catch it from my fiance. Or if Ari just needs to accept the fact that, hey, he's going to be training with females. He loves you. He's not going to mess around on you with these females that he's training with. I don't know, because things can happen like in the workplace or wherever you are where you're going to be spending a lot of time with someone, and he's going to be training 2 to 4 hours a day. And so it could be 2 to 4 hours with another female. And like I said, bodies intertwining, bodies glistening, everybody's wearing very tight outfits, and things can possibly happen. So I would think that if Benny, and I'm not saying that he's a cheater or anything like that, but if Benny could suggest to his coach, is it possible that, I should only train with a male, then he should do that. He should bring that up. Yeah, that's what he should do. That's my suggestion to that. Because I'm pretty sure there's probably females maybe that don't feel comfortable training with a man, and they can go to their coach or whoever and be like, hey, whenever I come in to train, I would prefer to train with another female. I don't want to train with a man. So I'm pretty sure it can work both ways as well. He can still get his training done, and then Ari will be somewhat satisfied. But Ari will always find something to be upset about, it seems like, because that's just her personality. But anyways, so if he can maybe suggest to his coach, hey, just partner me up with a male from here on out. And yeah, let's try that. I don't know, because I don't want to believe that something could happen between Benny and this particular female, Melissa, or any other female that he could be training with. But things can happen when you spend a lot of time with someone and you have a lot in common, and there's this kind of physical contact with this other person. And you know how, because you've heard of workplace romances. To him, this is kind of like a job to him. I mean, as many hours he's going to be putting in, it's kind of like how some people are, at the office. You spend a lot of time with someone, you get really comfortable with someone, you realize you have a lot in common, and maybe there's like an initial attraction there that can blossom into something else. So, just to kind of keep things copacetic and to keep things safe and to keep Ari tamed, maybe he should suggest a female partner. I don't know. I feel like that sounds kind of like, kind of like, oh, so you're saying that anytime a man and a woman work together, something's going to happen? No, I don't think that anytime that a man and a woman work together, something's going to happen. But I think that sometimes when a man and a woman are working together in very close proximity, and there's already kind of like little seeds that have already been planted. For example, Benny having these issues with Ari, and Ari probably not fully understanding his passion for MMA, and then this woman who does understand, one thing, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, maybe it's okay for him to train with this female, I don't know, but I think if he wants to keep a happy home, because he's gonna have to come home to Ari every single night, he should probably train with a guy. If you want to have a peaceful night and not always have to be sleeping on the damn couch or something, you should probably train with the guy from now on, just to be on the safe side, just to keep everything copacetic. I don't know. But Ari was completely out of line. I don't think that Ari should have confronted Benny in front of Melissa and the coach. I think that she should have just, gone there, picked him up, and then on the way home or when you get home, then have the discussion with him of how that made you feel. And have a discussion, not a shouting match. Have a discussion with him, not in front of these people. No, don't do that, because you're embarrassing yourself and you're embarrassing him. Have a discussion, a conversation with him and how it made you feel. And then Benny, I know. Trust me, Benny. I know. I know how you felt when you grabbed her arm and you're like, just listen to me. But no, we don't do that over here. No, that's a big, 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 big no. Anyway, that is my review of 90 Day Fiance, Benny and Ari. If you made it this far in my review, I really do appreciate it. On your way out, don't forget to rate the video. If you like this content, subscribe. If you don't like this content, don't worry about it. But thank you for stopping by anyway, and I'll definitely talk to you later. Bye.